You have a huge interview coming up, and as you get closer to the big moment, you have a million questions going through your head. What will I say if asked about this? How will I respond if they ask me that? Then it happens. The day finally arrives. During the interview, you're knocking those questions right out of the park with smooth and confident answers, and you are in your zone. So much so that when you get to the end of that interview and they ask if you have any questions, you freeze for a moment, as if you're caught off guard, and you end up asking a pretty basic question. Or, if you're like most, you just want to get the heck out of there on a high note because you were thrilled you even got the interview in the first place and you don't ask any questions. Now, it's been several weeks and you still haven't heard anything. You start wondering what's going on, and then doubt starts to set in. Did the interview really go as well as you thought? Was there something you missed, or could you have done anything better during that interview? Hi, my name is Alan Andreas, and welcome to Alanovation. If you enjoy ServiceNow content, be sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below letting us know what type of questions you like to ask when you interview. Be sure to watch this video through to the end, where I'll review one of the strongest and most critical questions you can ask to find out right away what they really think of you. There can be several reasons you may not get the job, but don't let it be because you didn't assert yourself and ask strong, confident questions. In the past, I've interviewed a significant number of people for ServiceNow jobs, and one critically important moment where you can really make an impact is when you're given the opportunity to ask them questions. Most people don't take full advantage of this opportunity, and when they're conducting research about the ServiceNow interview process, they tend to only focus on how to respond to questions. This is especially true for those who don't have a lot of ServiceNow experience, as you may not know what to ask. One way to showcase that you truly care about your future in this ecosystem is to ask questions. Doing so can honestly send a message that you're confident, focused, prepared, and serious. Look, I'm sure that you're already nervous about doing the interview, and so the last thing you may want to do is start asking a bunch of questions right at the end. But it's important to ask questions that are thoughtful and subliminally send a message to the interviewer. Interviews shouldn't be one-sided, and they have just as much to gain by hiring you. Use every opportunity you can to stand out from the crowd. It's time to turn the tables. The following are examples of types of questions you should consider asking. Keep in mind that we are not saying you should ask all of these questions, and some of these questions may not apply to you, as some could be best asked during interviews with an organization who's a ServiceNow customer, and other questions are more positioned towards ServiceNow partners, or for those seeking a more senior role. But the goal here is for you to be aware of the types of questions you could ask. Feel free to adjust them as needed, and don't forget to share this video with others. To help organize things, we've grouped these questions into 6 main categories: training, progression, thoroughness, culture, day-to-day, and strategy. To start, let's take a look at some examples of training-related questions you could ask during your interview. What is your current professional development policy related to training and reimbursement? It's important to use the word current, as a lot of organizations have started to pause all training initiatives as a cost-cutting measure. The organization may normally support training and provide reimbursement, but you'd want to focus on the current state. What type of shadowing opportunities are there? Shadowing allows you to gain exposure to real-world scenarios by following and observing an experienced individual without solely being responsible for the outcome, thus giving you a chance to learn from others before being thrown into the shark tank. This is quite different than on-the-job training, which is where you perform the job duties under guidance and supervision. You should always put yourself first, and it's recommended to consider asking questions related to career progression, such as, what are the opportunities for advancement within the company? The response to this question can tell you if the organization promotes from within and could also reveal the potential for future growth. Can you tell me more about the career path for this role? Like the last question, this aims to uncover the opportunities for career progression, but also gain insight into the organization structure related to ServiceNow roles and their respective hierarchy. You'd be surprised at the number of companies who don't have a formal and official hierarchy structure and instead use undefined corporate employee grade levels that don't really help. What are examples of yearly objectives or goals for this role? What would you like to see a person accomplish in this first 6 months or year? These two questions are somewhat similar but worded in a different way. The goal is to try and gain an understanding of what key performance indicators, also known as KPIs, you would be responsible for. ServiceNow job postings tend to be vague and unclear, and asking this question can help reveal what they're really looking for and what you would be rated on during your performance evaluation. The questions within this category may be more appropriate to individuals interviewing for senior roles, but again, it's important for you to be aware of these types of questions as they may not be applicable to you today, but could be relevant to you in the future. How strong is your ServiceNow documentation across the various products? Documentation is very important, especially for new hires, as that can help explain what was done before and help you quickly get up to speed. Oddly, documentation is one of the weakest areas for most organizations, and this could be a sign of bigger issues if they don't have a good response. If working for a ServiceNow customer, what does your ServiceNow governance process and operating model look like? It's one thing to have ServiceNow implemented and another to have it implemented and have a mature governance process and operating model. You may be interviewing for a role where you'll be responsible for helping establish governance and an operating model, but if you're unsure what an operating model is or what it can look like, I'd highly recommend that you conduct research related to this topic. Are there methods beyond the ServiceNow Customer Satisfaction Survey, otherwise known as CSAT, that the organization utilizes to measure success of its various projects with clients? A lot of ServiceNow partners use the CSAT as the sole measurement of success for their services. But for those that go above and beyond and have customer experience as a top priority, will most likely have additional ways to measure their success. Can you tell me about the company's process for scoping and estimating ServiceNow projects? This question could be relevant to ask to both customers and partners, as this will reveal if they have appropriate tools and experience when estimating the time, resources, and complexity of various ServiceNow initiatives. Those organizations who go in blind or leave it up to individuals to estimate the effort based on their own past experiences will have varying degrees of success, and improper estimations can cause stress and heartache across the business. For the culture category, do you offer sessions such as office hours, coffee breaks, and lunch and learns? Knowledge sharing is critical, and in larger organizations where there are a lot of moving parts, information can become siloed. When this happens, it's the same as essentially hoarding knowledge, and the result is that no one is learning from past experiences and no one else outside of that team is gaining any knowledge. It's important for organizations to not allow this to happen, as it only hurts the business and its team members. Do you all release a monthly or quarterly newsletter that features various news from across the ServiceNow practice? Like the question we just went over, the goal is to learn if the organization shares knowledge amongst its team members. Perhaps they don't conduct office hours, coffee breaks, or lunch and learn sessions, but if they have strong communication, like a newsletter that shares information across the ServiceNow practice, then that can be a reasonable substitute. Ideally, organizations would support various knowledge sharing sessions and also share it via a newsletter or something similar. What do you like about the company? While this question may seem basic, the interviewer may end up being caught off guard, and any hesitation can speak volumes. Hearing what the interviewer likes about the company can also give you additional information that you may not have uncovered otherwise. Good questions to ask to learn more about your day-to-day would be: are you able to describe what a typical workday looks like for this role? What are examples of tasks assigned to someone that would be in my role? These two questions are pretty similar, and you'd probably only want to ask one of them, but learning what you could be doing day to day could help you decide between one job offer or another, if you're fortunate to be in that position. If working for a ServiceNow partner, how many projects would someone in a similar role work on at the same time? As mentioned in a previous video we made related to what you should know as a new CSA, which I'll link to above, we discussed that there's a high chance of working on multiple projects at the same time. I've seen bizarre situations where individuals were on 3 to 4 projects at one time, as their time could be split to just a few hours here and there. But asking this question could help solve the mystery of how this organization operates and utilizes their resources. If working with a team, can you tell me more about the team I would be working with? If you know you'll be working with a team, this is an important question to ask to learn more about the personalities of those team members. You could also gain additional insight into more information. It could prove beneficial to understand the organization's strategy before you begin working there. You could uncover this type of information by asking questions like, if working for a partner, can you describe the company's growth strategy and how it plans to expand its ServiceNow practice in the future? This question may be wise to ask for those seeking senior roles at a partner organization. As you gain more experience and more certifications, you'll start to really be able to throw your weight around when it comes to interviews. Asking a question like this would be considered a strong move, and one I'd recommend asking if you're unsure of their ServiceNow practice and where they may be going next. If working for a ServiceNow customer, what ServiceNow applications is the company looking to expand to? Learning where the organization is planning to go regarding their ServiceNow investment is critical to ensuring you stay ahead of the curve. You could uncover a bounty of information that will allow you to position yourself for success, and you'll be able to line up future training that aligns with their strategy. Now it's time for one of the best questions you can ask during your job interview that will give you a great indication of how you did and provide an opportunity for you to recover if needed. Based on my resume and the interview thus far, what do you feel I may be missing that you're looking for? An additional question you could ask to follow up is, perhaps I could elaborate a bit further on a specific topic. I've personally used a question like this, especially when I first started out with the ServiceNow platform. The organization may be looking for specific skills or something unique that wasn't obvious from the job description. Asking a point-blank question like this could help reveal any gaps and allow you the opportunity to provide clarification. Lastly, it should give you a good indication of how well you did on the interview. You only get one first impression, and utilizing every opportunity afforded to you, such as asking questions, can give you an advantage in the interview process. Honestly, even if you're currently employed and not interviewing, some of these questions would be great to ask your manager or leadership right now. If you're a manager or in a leadership position and you can't answer these questions, well, You better get prepared because people could be asking you these questions very soon. I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and if you enjoy ServiceNow content like this, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with others. Once again, my name is Alan Andreas, host of Alan Ovation, and until next time, take care.